Hey y'all, Grandma Rose here. I am getting ready to weed my garden, or not my entire garden, at least part of it, as I am being overrun by the weed, wildflower, what do you want to call it, herb, medicinal herb, Commelina communis. I think the common name for that is dayflower. And Commelina is actually the genus in the species Commelinaceae. So the species was named after this genus of flowers. Now it's related to Tradescantia or spiderwort, and it has a lot of the same medicinal characters as spiderwort. So let me go show you what it does. And actually I think I maybe need to go in the house and get the notes that I wrote down that tell you what the thing does. So I'll be right back. Now, I was hoping to get out here and get some work done this morning before it got too hot. Now it looks like the sun's getting ready to come out and I may have missed my timing. But I've got my notes here that tells you what this flower does. So let's go over here and look at it, and I'll talk to you about it, and you can understand why I can't decide if it's a weed or if it's a medicinal herb or if it's an edible plant. I think it's a little bit of all of it, but I can show it to you. When it's relatively small, when it's starting to get a little bit bigger, and then I know there's some growing underneath my mulberry tree out by my chicken coop. So we will go out there and look at that, and you'll see it before it blooms, but not too far off from when it's blooming. Now, I don't have any blooming right now because it's too early in the season, but I do have pictures from previous years. So let me turn the camera around and show you the plant. So right in here in the walkway, between my rows in my tomato garden, see, I'm companion planting these. So I've got tomatoes and bush beans and marigolds and nasturtiums all in this area. But let me show you what this Commelina looks like. And I see some bugs that probably don't need to be there. I think they're probably bad bugs. Yes. See those? Those are bad bugs. I'm not sure what they are, but I'll look them up and see if I can tell you what they are. I think I need to get rid of these. Probably need to get out my I probably need to get out my neem oil to get rid of these. But this is what the Commelina looks like, eaten. Find some other in here. Some right in here. And also in here is a persicaria. The common name of it is lady's thumb. Get that out of the way. And that's what that is. But we're talking about right now, this is the Commelina. Commelina communis. I know there's some more in here too. Oh, let me find some more. Lots of it. It is right in here, and right in here with another one of those bugs. See it all through here? Well, this plant actually is a medicinal herb. Back over in here. It's getting a little bit bigger back in here. This is in the bed with my tomatoes. This is in my tomato bed, all back in there. And there's some more right in there. Okay, so this plant will get about 2.5 feet tall when it's mature. See, there's some more of it in here. So as I said, it's in the same family as spiderwort, Tradescantia, and the family was actually named after this genus. So what does it do? Why is it considered to be a medicinal plant? It's antibacterial. It kills bacteria. It's astringent. So what does astringent means? Well, we think if we have clogged pores, or if we've got acne, oily skin, we want to use an astringent to close the pores to help our complexion. So that's what it does. An astringent closes up the tissue. It's a depurative. What does depurative mean? That means it purifies, it eliminates toxins, especially the blood. It's a diuretic, and we know what a diuretic does. A diuretic makes you pee. If you have swollen ankles, swollen tissues, it'll take a diuretic and it'll make you pee and the swelling will go down. It's also a febrifuge. What does a febrifuge do? A febrifuge reduces fever. Okay, so from what I've learned, the leaves are a depurative, diuretic, and a febrifuge. It's used as a throat gargle to relieve sore throats and tonsillitis. A decoction of the plant is used to treat diarrhea and fever. And extracts of the plant show antibacterial activity. So obviously this plant is a medicinal herb. It's also edible. It can be both raw and it can be cooked. But as you see, it's also a bad weed. Look at this in here. Now I need to go and I need to get my wood chips and get back in here with several wheelbarrows full of wood chips and work on this. Otherwise I'm going to be battling this for the rest of the summer. And that's not how I want to spend my summer. So let's go around to the back. Here's some of it coming up in here. This is a juga. It's a really nice, it can be an aggressive plant, but it's a wonderful ground cover. Flowers, and in the middle of it is cement growing up in here too. So it can be a bad, aggressive weed. But at the same time, besides being a weed like you're seeing in here, it's a medicinal plant and it's edible. So what do you do with it? You do what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to weed it. But while I'm weeding it, I'm going to save a lot of the plant, so I'm going to dry it. So I will be getting rid of it. I'll never get rid of it because it'll be coming back next year. But I can cut off the leaves and I can dry them, and then I can use them later on if I should ever need to. They'll be dry. They'll last a very, very, very long time. And what you're seeing here are the leaves of my iris that I cut off that I'm using as a ground cover. There's a weed block on top of this cardboard because I've got plants coming up in here. So let me go around to the back. Let me take you around to the back where this has gotten bigger, and you can see what it looks like as it's getting toward the blooming stage. All right. Now we're over here by my chicken coop, or close to it anyway. There it is over there. I come right down here in front of me. And right in here, and this is a bed, cultivated bed underneath this big tree. There it is. Not doing well. Looks pretty good at the top. That does not look good. Don't know how much longer this tree's going to be here. But right down here at the base, where the chicken just went, this is the Commelina. You see it's starting to get taller. That one's variegated. And I know it's all the same species. It's just that some of them are variegated and some of them have plain leaves. So this is what it looks like. So here's more of this. So this is the Commelina communis, mixed in with other weeds. But that's what it looks like. I'm hoping to find some pictures that I've taken in previous years to let you know what it looks like when it's flowering. And it's quite attractive. It's a lovely, lovely flower. I love it. But I don't want as much as I have in my garden. So let me get out of my garden, weed my garden, and collect the Commelina so I can dry it and preserve it. Bye, y'all. See you next time.